What's going on, people? So again, Southampton 1, Manchester United 1. It's the player ratings now. We're still here. Still reasonably upset, but no longer outraged or whatever. Still outraged, but it's what it is. What did we really expect from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United again? Okay, so trying to make this a little bit faster than the last upload, of course. We just get right into it. David De Gea, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Incredible save of Adam Armstrong. Commentators were trying to downplay it and say, "Oh, well, it's a savable height for the goalkeeper." Mate, it's 1-on-1, and he stopped it, point blank. So, park that, please. Show some respect because it's not Henderson now. They want to act, oh yeah, David De Gea, no. Because if Henderson comes back and he made that save now, yeah, park all that. What's called prejudice. This is why we're in the position we're in right now because of wallets like yourself. That was a great save. Show some respect. 8 out of 10, David De Gea. And then we get to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I should probably set up my ratings. 6 out of 10 is the average. So if anybody gets below 6, which I'm looking at my scorecard, yeah, there's a lot of people, but yeah, anybody who gets below 6 was below average, and so yeah, we'll go with that. Wan-Bissaka, as it happens, is one of the first people. Gets a 5 out of 10. I didn't think it was bad defensively. Wasn't terrible, but yeah, with the goal we conceded came from the other side. However, he didn't really offer much going forward. He offered a little bit more once a natural right winger came on. Surprise, surprise, and he was able to link up with Sancho. A couple of really good passes to him and good balls into the box. But other than that, he didn't really offer too much going forward. So that's why he gets a 5 out of 10. For Lindelof and Maguire, I'm going to give them both a 6 out of 10. I'm just going to put them together because they both played average. They weren't terrible or anything. I feel like Lindelof was a slightly less culpable than Maguire because Maguire was a little bit criminal in the goal. If he and Shaw and Matic all were hesitant right before the ball was played into Fernandes and then there was a foul on him and that led to the shot that came in and Fred deflected it in. But all of that happened because Maguire, Shaw, and Matic, who we're gonna get to, didn't really do much to get there. So average standard 6. That was really the only moment he had in the game. And then obviously there was one time he fouled, but that was actually a really really good foul on Che Adams. So actually, yeah, 6 out of 10 for Lindelof and Maguire. Shaw also 6 out of 10. Didn't really offer too much going forward as much as he usually does. But and yeah, he was one of the people who was hesitant defensively. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Shaw, you get a 5 out of 10 because that was below average from you. Didn't really offer much going forward, which should be standard for you right now because you're one of our influential players and you were hesitant defensively. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for Luke Shaw. Fred, oh yeah, Fred, yeah, abysmal, absolutely tragic. 3 out of 10 is really kind, but that's what I'm giving to him. It's actually kind. He was terrible. No, he was terrible, and we know Fred can't pass for anything. He can't pass this out. We knew that already coming in, but he was tragic. He was another kind of terrible today. He was really really bad, and I am ashamed. I'm ashamed for you, Fred. Honestly. You got to the final of the Copa del Rey playing for Brazil, who you somehow are Brazilian. I don't know how you are, but you are Brazilian. Okay, well, 50 million pounds you cost us, and you have not, shown anywhere near good enough quality to be worth that much. And at the end of the day, I hate to go in on my own player, but you've been tragic, mate, and you're a disgrace. Honestly, that was a terrible performance. I can say the same thing about Matic, but he gets a 4 out of 10. He's just a little bit better than Fred, even though he was one of the people who was culpable for that goal because he was finding about with it, and a couple of times he was finding about with it and lost possession. So yeah, 4 out of 10, just because of the fact that he was worse than he wasn't worse than Fred. That's why he gets a 4 out of 10. Not really because he deserves a 4 out of 10. I gave Fred a 3, so he gets a 4. Greenwood a 7. Got the goal for us. Surprise, surprise, he got more involved in the game when he got moved up front. I don't know why he wasn't played up front. I don't know why Sancho didn't start, but, like I said, all he knows best and he proves otherwise. Well, he has proved to us fans today that he didn't know otherwise. So, at the end of the day, we've got a lesson to learn from that. It's a result that we have to take on the chin. And Greenwood 7 out of 10 because he got the goal and he looked sharp. Should have scored. probably would have got himself a 9 out of 10 if he would have scored that second goal, because that was a really good position for him, a good ball by Fred, which was the only positive thing Fred did all game. But should have scored that. Fernandez, 6 out of 10, didn't really offer much, but he wasn't terrible. Obviously, coming off that hat trick from last week, and we just expected more. But that's what I say about United players. Performances from previous weeks don't seem to affect how they perform in present matches or future matches. Like, they just seem to not have any consistent confidence about themselves. So wasn't too surprising to see that Fernandes couldn't carry the same form over, but it was still disappointing at the end of the day. Pogba gets the 7th, got an assist. Obviously, he, Fernandes, and Greenwood all played a part in the goal. Great move, link-up play between him and Fernandes. They were linking up a little bit more in the game. But he had another really good chance he created for himself, where he was really unlucky not to be able to slide that on past Alex McCarthy. But he looked sharp. He looked looked like he was interested in the game. He looked like he was confident in the game. You can't really say much. He was good today. Had a couple of moments where he probably could have got himself a better opportunity to score a goal. But he was good today, and he continues to get played out of position on the left hand side while we're playing Fred and Matic in midfield. But what are you gonna do? It's whatever. 7 out of 10 for Pogba. Martial, you get a 3. Not terrible. Actually, I'm going to give you a 4, because I give Fred a 3, and you were not as bad as Fred, and you didn't play the entire game too. So 4 out of 10. Didn't really offer much for us going forward. I don't think he should have started that game. Greenwood should have started as a striker, because he was confident and because he was on the roll. Martial needs to be slowly integrated back into the team because of how bad his last season was and how good he was for us the season before. So if we play our cards right, we can get him back to that form he showed 2 seasons ago. We just have to not be putting him in Southampton right away. When we're still trying to get some confidence going into the team. So shouldn't have changed that part of the team. Should have started with Sancho, started with Martial, and shunted Greenwood out wide to the right, like we were back in 2021. We're not with 2021, 2022. So move forward, Ollie. Man, that wasn't good enough. So that's a 4 out of 10 for Martial. All 3 substitutes. Sancho, I know, came out a little bit earlier for Martial, but the other 2 substitutes didn't really have any much time. I'm giving all 3 substitutes 6 out of 10. So they didn't really bring much into the game. Sancho didn't really contribute that much. He was decent, not terrible. But 6 out of 10 for all 3 substitutes. And coming to the big one, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you were lucky that you get a 1. You get a 1 because we scored a 1 goal, so you get a 1. You were terrible today. The starting 11 wasn't good enough. Your changes, you brought on Sancho on time, but you really shouldn't have brought on McTominay. You shouldn't have started with Fred and Matic. If McTominay could have played any part in that game, you should have just started anyway. And if he couldn't continue, then you could have just made a change and brought on, the other guy who's in the team that actually can play as a number 8, Donny van de Beek. You ever heard of him? Or actually, here's the concept: let's actually play Pogba in this position. How about that? So 1 out of 10. No, not the right team to start the game. Changes were not good enough. Didn't really make the right personnel changes. Didn't make the second 2 on time. And you couldn't affect the game as always. But you bottled it, mate. You did. Your team, your players did too. But you started it, with your team selection, and they were lazy, and that reflects you. So you were lazy today. You were complacent, and you got what you deserved, and we got what we deserved. And not the fans. I mean the players and the management staff. They got what they deserved today, and unfortunately for the fans, we got what they deserved as well. So it's what it is. So just the last message, because I didn't put this in my match reaction, but what I will say about to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the message I was alluding to right at the end that I forgot to say, the message I was alluding to is it is time for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to change, or it's time for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be changed. It's time. It's the chips are down. We should have never got him. Like I said, one night stands should never turn into marriages. We should never got him as a permanent manager because he wasn't good enough then. He still isn't good enough now. But it is time for him to change his ways and stop picking favorites and stop doing the things that he's been doing for the past 3 years that has been hurting the team and pulling us down, even with all the progress that he's made, and stopping us from even getting even further and getting even better. It's time for him to stop doing all those things, or just leave, and I'm fine with either one. I'm not one of these people that worships Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or anything. I don't think he's good enough to be manager, but if they want to keep trying, I'm okay with it, as long as he doesn't continue to hurt the team and continue to tie his players' legs. That's just all. That's all I had to say. And I said it was gonna be a shorter video, but it turns out it was a 10-minute video anyway. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sorry about that. We're gonna watch the Arsenal Chelsea game, see if I can watch some good football. But it's been a pleasure, and I'm out. So peace.